Whether you're deeply immersed in VTuber culture or barely even know what a VTuber is, chances are you've heard the name Ironmouse. Through her growing success and coverage, you can consider her a main pillar of VTubing as an art form, which is why I will always sort of associate her with a game console that was just as important to the world of gaming. While the PlayStation 2 was not the most powerful console, it was definitely impactful. It had one of the most extensive and largest variety of games that any system had seen at the time. Its inclusion of a DVD player right at the cusp of when VHS tapes were going out of style meant that it was able to ride that wave into the hearts of general audiences. If you didn't understand either of those acronyms, you're too young for me. The impact of the PlayStation 2 is something that can still be felt to this very day, over 20 years later after its initial release. Not only was it considered one of the best-selling video game consoles of all time for years, but it also helped revolutionize gaming at a time where the entire ecosystem of the console wars was making a dramatic shift. The 6th generation was an era in which the GameCube signified a massive financial loss for Nintendo, and it was the generation where Microsoft decided to throw their hat in the ring with the original Xbox. I sort of see the current VTubing era as analogous to that. I mean, this is a time where massive VTubing personalities are dropping out while new talented indie folks are stepping up to the plate. But while the PS2 always remained this constant presence around an evolving gaming world, I see Ironmouse as a similar beautiful presence. While I wouldn't call the PlayStation an underdog, to me the console represents that idea of innovation and inspiration. It was about always putting out your best in the face of difficulty, setting a standard that could be looked back on fondly. I might be speaking prematurely, but I have no doubt in my mind that Ironmouse is and always will be revered with a similar type of fondness in the years to come. Obviously, she didn't define what a VTuber was, nor was she where it all started, but her journey, her presence, is what I will always think of when it comes to that idea of overcoming circumstances and constantly redefining what VTubers are capable of. Her story and content represents this idea that VTubing in its purest form is about uniting, and that unity can be expanded beyond the niches we find ourselves in. The PS2 brought households together, while Ironmouse helped bring all of us together. The PS2 had a massive influence on my identity as a gamer, and if it didn't exist, I wouldn't be standing here as a VTuber today. So there is a little bit of personal irony in designing a version of that console after someone who continues to inspire so many people to achieve their own dreams.